Hi guys, hello everyone. Welcome to my today's tutorial, and today I'm gonna teach you how to export your brushes that you purchased from my website gumroad.com and how to transfer that to Procreate. And first of all, you need to go to the website gumroad.com, and here, as you might see, we have our brush set, this one, with two textured papers actually. And now I'm gonna tell you how to export that one. And in a content, when you purchased my brush set, you just need to go and download the content. And what you're gonna download, you see we have Canvas 3 set updated at PSD format. So that's actually our texture paper. And the other one is a third set, Boost Studio. This is a set of brushes. So that's what we have. We have two files that you're gonna get after the purchases. So after that, when you download that one, you go to files. So we have two files. Actually, I have them in another folder, but you will have them in downloads. So what you're gonna do next? So just press long tab, and after press share. And now, as you see, we have third set of brushes. All of them there here. And if you like, I can show you them. How to download our texture paper into Procreate. Just long press and after press share. And after that, you need to choose an app, Procreate. Ta-da! So we have our texture paper. We have two texture papers, you see that here. So as you might see, I actually saved two pictures for you that can help you understand which painting, which canvas you prefer in some particular painting. So this is our second texture paper set, you see, second texture paper. And it's turned on. So guys, if you want to change this texture paper to another texture paper, you just need to turn off this texture paper and this. And here we don't have any textures. It's just like empty blank paper without any additional textures. But if you press the first one, texture paper 1, we've got our first texture paper. It's pretty lovely, I like this texture, and it's very, very saturated. So once again, guys, don't turn on two texture papers in the same time. It will not work well. So just one in a one time. And after that, if you want to switch to another texture paper, just turn off first texture paper and turn on second one. And you see, second texture paper is pretty soft and light. So now I'm gonna show you my brushes. Let's just go to the layer that is where it's written paint here. It's underneath our texture paper. And as you see, I grabbed second texture paper. You see, the button is turned on. I will grab my pencil, Apple pencil, and I will go to let's start with True watercolor brush. And I'll show you. You can control the opacity. See, it might be lighter. I like this brush because, as you see, you can control the opacity and you can keep adding some shades and you don't have any gaps. And if you want, to have more pigment, just press harder. This brush is pressure sensitive. And if you want to blur the edges, just press lightly. And as you see, you can lift your Apple pencil from the screen. It's fine. And that's why I like this brush. You see, you can blur the edges easily. So now let's go to another brush, Wood Textured Watercolor. And this brush is very light. Very light, I like that. So like I think you watched many of my classes, like where I use some of my classes, where I use this brush. So mostly what I do, if I want to have more saturated look, I just duplicate layers where I paint. Like I can show it to you here. And now it's very in a watercolor style. So I will just delete this layer and I'm gonna go to another brush. This is Boo Small watercolor brush, and I have the same color, green one. So this brush, also if you press harder, you will have like a thicker line. This brush is cool, it's good for leaves, you can see. So now let's go to Boo Small saturated watercolor brush. Okay, maybe I have same color. And as you might see, this brush has like watercolor texture. And be careful with the edges. You see they are overlapping. So, like comparing these two brushes, this brush is pretty flat, yeah? And it has no texture, watercolor texture inside. You see like some dots or salt parts. And if you press harder, you will not get any like thick lines. This brush is pretty solid, I like it. So Boo Soft Edges watercolor brush. This brush is cool for clouds. You see. I really like it. Or for shades. You can just press as many times as possible. So let's go to another brush. Boo Cactus watercolor. Yeah, this brush is cool for painting some leaves, plants, whatever. Like balloons. So this brush is cool. Let's go to another one. And Boo Cloud watercolor. This brush is also cool for painting clouds. Especially because it has these shapes, cloud shapes. So if you press harder, you will get more pigment. And I like to mix like different colors together. Boo Calligraphy watercolor brush. Here you can like paint something like love. You see, this brush is perfect for watercolors because it has this watercolor texture. So you don't need to be perfect in calligraphy. If you don't know how to do that, it's fine. The brush will make everything for you. So it's very smooth. And Boo Sharp watercolor brush. Also, if you press harder, you will have more pigment. If you press lighter, less pigment. This brush is cool for painting flowers because of the tip here, you see. So, if you want to see my blenders, I'm gonna show you them. So, we have Boo Simple Blender watercolor. This blender is really simple. It's like if you don't want to, oh wait, here. If you don't, wait a second. Yeah, I'm working on my 4th set of watercolor brushes, so wait a little bit. So this blender is pretty simple. This is for small objects. Very soft, I like the structure and everything. Yeah, so another blender is Boo Huge Blender watercolor. This blender is cool as well. and it gives you like, once again, you can control the size, but you can blend very huge objects, very huge parts. And you see the edges, it's like you blended with the water. I like it. So you see it's different, the feeling, especially with the edges. So the last one is Bouchard Blender Watercolor. For this brush, you mainly need like around 3 colors. I'll show you. And when you start mixing, making a circular shape, and you see you have this like watery edges, and I like them. So you need to adjust to this blender. It's pretty complicated, but when you've done, when you know how to use it, it can give you like amazing, you see, watery effect. This blender also one of my favorites. So guys, I hope my today's tutorial was useful, and now you know how to download texture paper and brushes into Procreate. So let's see each other next time, and if you like my class, please subscribe, thumbs up, and let's see each other next time. Bye bye.